back to 30 Days to Building a Marriage You Love. This is Chris.
And that's Danielle.
This is the third take that we've kind of switched it up.
Trying to throw me off.
I am. Well, he said I'm still Chris, so I'm trying to just like zhuzh it up. I don't know.
What does that even mean? I don't know what that means.
All right. Today we're diving into tip number 27, which is stewardship.
Yes, so stewardship, definition from Merriam-Webster's is the careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care. As Mercy Culture says, which is another good definition, it's managing heaven's resources for the Father's business. And the heart of a good steward is, it will never be mine. It will always be yours, Lord. And so you can have it all, as we'll put the link down below, but it's a song that Mercy Culture released just a couple weeks ago from the publication of this video. And man, what a powerful song it is, because it really helps you see, it changes your perspective on what you actually have in your possession, right? We are stewards of this marriage.
Mm-hmm.
We have been entrusted with this marriage, and we have been entrusted with the careful management of this marriage. And so, you said it earlier when we were talking, I thought the difference between this and video 5, I thought was really good.
So video 5, I was saying that this may feel even a little similar, because in video 5, we actually talked about compromise and serve the other person. And serving the other person feels kind of lateral, of what can I do for my person? But stewardship really feels more like a vertical relationship with the Father, where you're like, okay, Lord, you've given me this amazing person. You've entrusted me with this marriage. What do you want us to do in this season? What do you want us to do with what you've given us? What can we do? And even like when we're talking about ministry, the most powerful ministry we can ever have is right here within our home. So whether you have just even, whether you have no kids, whether you have one kid, or whether you have 6, like, this is the most powerful ministry that we can ever have. And so it is a mind shift change to look at your spouse and say, instead of, well, what can my marriage or what can my spouse do for me? Lord, what do you want me to do that is honoring to you? How can I better care for what you have entrusted to me in this season? And it's not limited by circumstance. It's not limited by finances. It's not limited even by the person. It is truly a question and a heart change between you and the Father, of just saying, Lord, this is not even mine to have. Like,
yeah, it also shows an immense level of honor and respect for that gift that you've been entrusted with.
Mm-hmm.
So Psalms 24:1 says, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. The world and all its people belong to him. And we belong to the Lord. We know this, right? But we've also been entrusted with 4 gifts, our 4 children, age 6 and under, and they have been entrusted with us, or we have been entrusted with them to steward them as well. And so if you want to change the world, it starts at home first, right? We are setting the foundation for our children, for how they are going to steward throughout their life as well. And so they're going to follow the example that we set. So how important is it to have those conversations at home? How important is it to steward it well at the dining room table?
Yeah.
And rather than letting society or school dictate how truth is going to be perceived.
Yeah. It actually makes me think of the parable of the gentlemen's, or the guys with the talents. And so I believe it's Matthew 25 and verse 14, but it talks about, it is called the parable of the talents. And the whole concept is those that are faithful to steward well what they have been given, they will be entrusted with more. And so that's really even what I think about, even with our marriage, or, even with, your spouse, of, if we're asking, all right, Lord, would you bless me? Lord, would you do this? Lord, would you open this door? But we're not being faithful stewards with the blessings that we have now, be it our spouse, be it our kids, be it our finances, being our schedules, then why would the Lord entrust us with more if we're not even caring for the things that are most important and the things that are most crucial right now? And being a good, faithful, loving Father, like, I've not seen him do that, even in my own life, or to say, sure, like you're kind of, overlooking all this stuff now. I'm going to give you more on your plate.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah. And so I think about how important it is to care for the marriage too, right? And so with that, if we're stewarding it, we're proactively
mhm,
caring for it. We're proactively setting the stage for how do I make this better? How do I maximize those talents, if you will, and make sure I can invest and get a return on an investment? So it's thinking about it in advance too, to better care for that
yeah,
gift that we've been entrusted with.
yeah, that's true. I think um, just a godly centered marriage is one of the greatest gifts that we can have. But the beautiful thing is that gift doesn't just stop between you two. It's like a ripple effect. And so having a godly centered marriage, it's going to impact your kids and those around you so positively. And so I really think it's one of the biggest reasons why the enemy is so against marriage and the home front, because there
Why he's
is
working so hard to
divide and
divide it,
distract.
destroy it,
Yep,
redefine it.
that'll preach.
Yeah.
So all that to say, the whole stewardship thing, as a takeaway for today, what we hope to encourage you is to start to have this kind of mindset shift, that you're asking the Lord, okay, God, you've given me this amazing spouse. You've entrusted me with this marriage. What do you want me to do? How can I care for this better? How can I show up better? How can I be a better steward for this person and this marriage, or these resources that you have entrusted us with for this season?
Yeah. And how can I set a better example
Mm,
for my own kids? Because they're going to do what they see, right? So if I'm stewarding this well, I'm going to think about the way I talk to her in front of
mhm.
my kids. She's going to think about the way that she talks to me in front of them, because that's going to stick with them at an
Mhm.
early age. It's going to stick with them what they see us do and how we interact, and also
Yeah.
their perceptions of what a good marriage is, their perceptions of what a man is, their perceptions of what a woman is, and how important it is to steward this gift, because we have a responsibility to set that example to them as well and create that ripple effect that will have impacts down the road for their entire life.
Yeah. So good.
You know,
If you would like to learn more about stewardship or stewarding, Mercy Culture did a really great message on this, and we will put the link in the comments below in this video. And as always, if you have any questions or would like to just have the dialogue, we would love to have that with you. And we are so thankful that you are here. Thanks for joining us.
and if you want a song that you're going to probably put on repeat over and over and
Yes.
over again, we'll put that down below as well.
Yes.
You can have it all.